Hello students, today we are going to discuss one of the important topic of object-oriented programming concept, that is class and object. So as we know that Java is an object-oriented programming language and it is also known as the class-based programming language. And we know that the features of object-oriented programming language, and it is one of the most important features, that is class and object. Okay. Apart from that, in coming classes, we also discuss about inheritance, polymorphisms, encapsulation. These are the other features of object-oriented programming language. Okay, we'll discuss in coming classes. So as I said, Java is an object-oriented programming language. That means in Java program is completely based on the concept of object and data. Okay, and because this object-oriented features is that where the object's own procedure can access or modify the data field by itself. This is the one of the important features of object oriented programming language, right? In as Java is object oriented programming language, so it describes the state and behavior of a specific object. So here I said that object means uh, which have the power to access and which have the power to modify the data field of a class. Okay, so an object is an instance of a class. Clear? Here the class is the blueprint which includes all the data. Okay, all the data means that maybe the um, uh, methods, that may be the variables. Okay, which includes all the data, and it also describes the behavior of this object. Okay, so there is another term that is associated with the OOPS concept of Java, that is attribute. Here the attribute is a specification that defines the property of an object. Okay, so there are two types of attributes are there. One is built-in attribute and another is user-defined attributes. In coming classes we will discuss this. We will see what is attribute in practical way, and how we are going to use the object and what is the importance of object. We'll discuss it. Okay. So if you see the syntax of this class, so the whole is the syntax of the class, right? And this first one is the public, and we know that this is the access modifier. This public is access modifier. And in last few classes we already discussed about what is the meaning of access specifier and what is the use of or what is the importance of access modifier. Okay, you can visit the previous video classes, then you will get the information about this access modifier. Okay, so this one is a class, this is the keyword. Okay, this is the keyword, and we know that the keyword is a reserved word which is defined inside the or created inside the compiler. Okay, or created by the compiler. This is a keyword. We cannot use this keyword for our own purposes. Okay, this is a reserved word, and this is the class name. This is the class name. This class name is purely given by the user. Okay, so any suitable name can be given to the class name. So here one of the most important thing about the nomenclature of the class name should be the capital letter. And the class name should be start with the capital letter. Suppose I want to write the class name school, then I have to use S capital, then SCHOOL, school. Okay, so I can give this class name as a school. Clear? If I want to create a class that is called person, So P must be capital. This is the nomenclature. This is the good practice of making the class name is a capital letter. The first is letter should be capital. Okay, it is a good practice. Then after that, after the immediate of this class name, there is a curly braces, that is starting curly braces, and there is a ending curly braces. So in between the starting and ending curly braces, whatever we are going to write or whatever the logic should be written inside the in between that opening and closing bracket, that is called the body of the class. Okay, so here I said that it contains or it includes all the data. So in within this body of the class, we can write the methods, we can write the data types or variables, everything can be written inside that class. So here the public access specifier or any access specifier only implement to the class name where main is defined, main class and main method is defined. Other than that class, we should not use any access modifiers. Okay, suppose I'm writing here this class, public class, this class name. As this class name is a public and this class is using a access modifier, so within this class I have to write the main function. Okay, or I have to write the main method. So this is the one of the important features of this um, class syntax. Okay, you should remember it, that we can use the access specifier in a class name where the main method should be defined. Okay, in clear term I can say that a class which hold the main function or main method can be declared as public. Okay, that means the class can be used within the package. Okay, when we'll going to discuss about the package, then we'll get the clear idea about that. Okay. Okay, one of the important thing is that the creation of the object. Okay, when we are going to create the object, or the process of creation of the object is called instantaneous of an object, class. Okay, the object creation procedure or the during the object creation process is called instantaneous of a class. The syntax of object creation is that the first is class name, and I said that here the class name is already defined, used by the user or defined by the user. So this must be a class name. This is the object name. Okay, and this class name and object name, the class name should be started with the capital letter, but the object name should not be started with the capital letter. Okay, then after that equal to new operator is here. This is the class constructor. We'll discuss what is constructor in this slide. Okay, this is the class constructor. So here new is a keyword, or it is an operator which is used to create the space for that object in memory. Okay, and due to this class name, this constructor, this object is initialized. Like when we are declare a variable int a. Okay, and after that we are going to store the value, or we are going to initialize that variable with some value, that is a equals to 25. The similar way, here we are just declaring an object of type class. Okay, then after that we have to initialize that object with the constructor. So here the constructor plays a very important role. Without the constructor we cannot initialize the object. For example, say I have a class that is a, as a class is capital letter abc is my class name. Then I can create the object obj. See, the class name can be any name that is given by the user, but the name should be a suitable name. You cannot write a number here. Okay, the name should be a suitable name, like a suitable variable name. So new, then the constructor name ABC, then only this object can access the all properties of a class, all attributes of the class, and after that there is a semicolon. Okay, so through this object we can access the property of ABC class. Okay, so this way we can create the object for the class, and this procedure is called instantaneous of a class, or say what is object. So we can say that object is an instance of a class. Okay, object is nothing but it is the instance of a class. And what is class? Class is blueprint which contains or which defines, okay, uh, the property of an object or the state of the behavior of a specific object, everything. Okay, and inside the class there may be there is a variables, methods, everything is written inside the class, and that method and variables is only accessible through this object. Okay, so here is one of the important and peculiar topic, that is called constructor. The constructor is used, basically used in the creation of the object, as I said in the previous slide. So the class and class, then the class name object equals to new, then constructor. So without the constructor the object cannot be initialized. Okay, so during the constructor basically used in the creation of an object. Okay, and it also initialize the object. Basically the constructor initialize the object. So the constructor name or the constructor must have the same name as the class name. Okay, so if we are writing other name other than the class name, then we cannot say that it's a constructor. The constructor name always same with the class name, then only that is called constructor. So the constructor is created when an object of class is being created. Okay, so it is not mandatory that we have to create the constructor inside the class, but when we create the object of the class, then that time only the constructor is created. Okay, so there are two type of constructors are there. One is the default constructor, another is parameterized constructor. We'll discuss in coming classes. Okay, so in the previous slide where we use that constructor is called default constructor. That means if the constructor will not take any kind of parameter, that is called default constructor. Okay, so this is the constructor name. This is the name of the constructor. This is the same. This is the class name, and this is the constructor name. The constructor name is followed by a parenthesis. Okay, so that means it can be a method. Okay, it can be a method. So we'll discuss the differentiate between the constructor and method, because uh, uh, if a class, if a name is followed by a parenthesis, that is basically called as a method. So here the class name is followed by a method, followed by a parenthesis, so that is called constructor. Whether the constructor is behaving same as the method or not, we'll discuss. Okay, so inside that whatever is logic is there, that is called body of the constructor. Okay, so here if you compare the constructor and method, the method must have a return type. Okay, but there is no return type of constructor. We cannot place the return type like integer, void, string. So we cannot use that return type in constructor, whereas method must return the value. Okay, and the constructor name is same as the class name, and method name should not be same with the class name, because when a method name is same with the class name, that is called constructor. Okay, so basically constructor is used to initialize the object. Okay, it is basically used to initialize the object. There is no such features for the method to initialize the object. Okay, or method cannot initialize the object, whereas constructor initialize the object, and the constructor is evolved or it is executed implicitly. That means it automatically it will execute, but method is not evoked implicitly. We have to use the object to access the method, but there is no use of object to access the constructor. When the object is created, that time only the constructor is executed. Okay, so this is all about class and object. Okay, with the concept of constructor, we also discuss about the constructor and the difference between the comparison between the constructor and method. Okay, so let me do a program so that you will get understand clearly. Okay, I opened my editor, that is IntelliJ IDE. So here I have already created a project that is called Java Practice. It is my own project. Okay, you can create the project like this by just clicking the file, then new, then project. Okay, when you click the project, it will ask for the project name. Then okay, after that you press next, next, next. Then it will ask some questions. Then you have to fill that. Okay, so here I'm going to use Java program. I'm going to use Java, my version of the Java where I have installed 1.8 version. I have installed in my machine. Then after that, you have to do the next button. Okay, select the Java and do the next button. Okay, so you can use the template or simply by click the next button. Then it will ask for the project name where all your file should be kept. Okay, here I am giving my project name is Java Practice. You can give your name, then finish. Okay, that's over. After that, the folder will appear here under the project. So you have to write the source code in the src folder. Okay, source folder. Okay, so I have already some files here, Java files here. So I have to create a new file from this folder just by select that folder and right click, then new, and create a Java class. Okay, so when you click the Java class, it will ask for the class name. Okay, so my class name is to demo class. So as I said, the class name should be start with the capital letter. So here my capital letter is D. For demo class, I am giving the capital letter D. Okay, so I can use the small letter here, no problem, or I can use the capital letter here also. That is called camel caching. Okay, I'm using the camel caching. Then after that, I use OK button. I used to click the OK button. It takes some time. Okay, so here my class is already created. Okay, let me a big one. Let me increase the font size so that you will get the clear. Okay, guys. I think it is visible to all because I increase the font size. So this is my public, and this is class. The my class name is the demo class, and I said that within that public class only I can define. I have to define the main method. So I am writing here main method. Before that, I have to create another class. Okay, and this class is outside of this demo class. The class I have to use the keyword class. Okay, so I am using a testing class. You can write any name, okay, because it is a user defined name. I think the testing is already defined any one of the class inside my bucket. Okay, so I have to change it. Okay, testing of testing of testing of obj. Okay, this is my class name. So immediate of this class name I have to put a that curly braces. Okay, inside that curly braces I have to define the variables, or declare the variables, as well as I will define the class. Okay, sorry, methods. Okay, so here I'm defining a method that is void suppose display. Okay, display. So within the display I have to display any message, system dot out dot println. So if you're using this IntelliJ IDE, here the shortcut is that without writing this all system.out.println, so you simply write SOT. Okay, sorry, sorry. Yes, SOT, right? So it is automatically print system.out.println. So within that I have to write suppose any function. Mm, this is okay. This is my demo class. Okay, this is my demo class. I have written this, and this is inside the display method, and I have to create other that is the constructor. So the constructor name should be same with the class name. That is, my class name is testing of object. So when I press that button, so if I'm writing, so now this is my constructor. So within this constructor also I can write that some information. Okay, so within that I can write this is constructor. Clear? So I have created a class testing of obj is a class. Okay, and inside the class I have defined two methods. One is the display method, and I have write another constructor that is testing of obj is a constructor. This is the constructor, right? So here I'm writing with semicolon constructor. Okay, so I have to call this method, I have to invoke this method display, and I have to invoke this testing object. Okay, so in this, from this class. Okay, so where I have to write, so if I'm writing psvm, then it will automatically write public static void main for me. Okay, so we have already discussed what is public static void and what is string, what is args. Okay, we have already discussed. Still I'm saying here, this is the main method. Okay, as we know that all programming language and maximum programming language starts with the main function, right? So it takes the argument that is string args. It usually takes the value from the runtime. Okay, it is a string array. Okay, string array. This is the user defined variables. You can define any variables, so you can write any variables, right? So within that main method we have to create the object, right? Object of which class? Object of this class, testing of obj, right? So I am writing testing.obj is the default package, testing.obj. So I am writing obj equals to new. Okay, so I have created the object for this class. That object name is obj. Okay, so by using that obj I can use this the display method. Okay, so obj dot display. It's over. I have to save it. Then let me run it. It takes some time for the running purpose. Okay, this is the output where we got this output. This is a constructor. Okay, so this is a constructor. This message is first, it will display first, then this is a demo class. So here through this object we only access the display method, but we are not going to access this constructor, because when we create this object, that time only the constructor is invoked. Okay, it executed. So if I put a comment line here, so it will only display this message. This is a constructor, because there is no use of the object to invoke the constructor of a class. Okay, the constructor of the class is automatically invoked when the object is created. Okay, so you practice this program. So in coming classes we'll discuss more programs. Okay, so for the class we'll stop it. Thank you so much. Okay.